people's lives psychologically is predetermined to them based on the blueprint that's given to them. You know, grow up, go to college, or if you don't go to college, get a trade. If you don't do that, get a good job, get married, have children, die.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, so it's and what about a person say, I don't want to do none of that? You see what I'm saying? What law says that a billion people got to do the same thing? But then again, if you look at colony of ants and bees and stuff like that, that's drone. Those are things that's stuff that people do that have instinct that don't necessarily have brains. So my point here is that we were all supposed to do the same thing. What's the use of having brains? What's the use of having creativity? We could all just do the same thing. But apparently when a person tells you that you need to be the same way, obviously because it's a form of control. Yeah. They're trying to keep the people in a certain amount of slavery. And so people doing shit different a lot of time breaks up the slavery. In mind control, you can't have, you got to have the same thing going on all the time. You see what I'm saying? The same thing going on all the time. I know this in fact, but I know this a fact about people. Right now, I guarantee you right now, half the black people that's can't seem, this the ones that's victims to this society as far as the jail, the drugs, or whatever type thing. Do yourself a thing. Go and see what their diet is. And I'm not talking about whether it's good or bad. I know some people that never like to try anything new. You know what I'm saying? They've only, you know, like one of the sisters, I said, what's your favorite meal? She said soul food. I'm like, you know, you in your 40s. That's a given. Now I like soul food too, but I'm trying to aspire to give me something exotic. Not something I've been having all my life. You got, I know some people, this sister, I cooked a meal for her. She was picking on in it and stuff like that and all. And I was looking, I say, I can see right now you ain't never really ate nothing. I said, what's your favorite meal? I eat soul food. God damn, you 45 now. Don't you think you need to try something new? So you got some people, they'll never come outside of their environment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't get him, you see what I'm saying, some mango chicken. You know? And all because they got a certain programming. But this is the mindset now. So our people are trapped because they're afraid to come outside of that box. Anything they do is always for a form of stopping something that have a greater aspect to it, just like polygamy. They can't take people governing themselves, whereas you got a small community, because their whole thing is based on one man, one woman, one vote. So they can't take you breaking the rules and making you having your own tribe, your own nation, because that's a small city, and they can't. Their laws are not set up to govern that. It's set up to govern one man, one woman, one vote. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, the capitalistic system can't take polygamy or polyandry or whatever you want to call it. You see, it's got to be a certain specific way or it breaks down these systems. Who's to say that that's the way it is? And the only reason why they don't have it now in this particular country is not because of moralism. Moralism is where they fool you to keep you in the laws that they want you to keep following. The reason why they don't have it because America, one man, one woman, one vote, a system of slavery cannot, if I got 5 or 6 women and we all working together and they going out with certain jobs and we feeding certain people and we doing things, and that's a small corporation. And you see what I'm saying? And you can break down the dependency on this government. You see what I'm saying like that? No? You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know, even when you just talk about the bills all in your name and if shit get all delinquent and stuff, you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But if you had 4 or 5 people and the bill was in each other person's name, that person could pay that one bill. Then it wouldn't be delinquent. I wish I had one bill to pay. If you got 5 bills to pay and something go wrong and stuff, next thing you know, the Equifax and the credit people calling you. So the system is not set up for that. That's the real reason why they don't have it in this country. It has nothing to do with moralism. They didn't have it in Europe because capitalism started in Europe. Capitalism was that they went into European societies. The kings and the queens got together as a consensus. And what they did was they went all out to the countryside with armies and gunpoint and forced all the people in from the countryside to force to live in cities, and then they taxed them. And they was in cities, they built industries around this slave labor. Whereas the people who was living out in the countryside, they could farm, they could do all this kind of thing here. They was self-sufficient. And so they, to make the humans outside of self-sufficiency, they forced them into the doggone cities. Now, it's one thing to have city-states and civilizations where our cities was based on we came together, but it was agricultural and all this kind of thing here. But it wasn't a forced thing where we was under the dominion of somebody, these elite group of people ruling over you to work as a worker class to make them rich. You see, this was a form of socialism where you came together and pooled your resources so everybody could have. Right. So capitalism in Europe was they forced all these people outside of their farms and stuff, forced them in the city to work for these elite people and gave them pennies and then taxed their ass. Right. And so if you got polygamy going on, then you break it down that system, and that's what it is. It's slavery at all costs. Wow. So that's what's really going on.